BLIP-TRIP.
Hey, welcome back to BLIP-TRIP, everyone. Today, I have a lot of people ask about emulation, video game emulation, ROMs, and things like that. I've got quite a few on my Nvidia Shield, and I thought I'd show you some of them today, what I like, what I don't like, what I find user-friendly, and where you can get some of these and put them on your Nvidia Shield and enjoy some classic video games. So first thing, when you're looking at emulators, there are emulators like RetroX and there are emulators like RetroArch that play a bunch of different emulators on one application. So something like RetroArch, we'll open this up here. So if you've never seen RetroArch before, this is it. And it has a way to upload, really simple, different systems. So like right now I have the Atari 2600, Atari 7800, Atari Jaguar, ColecoVision, Commodore 64, DOSBox, MAME, Intellivision, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64, Nintendo DS, Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Nintendo, Sega 32X, Sega Mega Drive, Sega CD, PlayStation Portable, out of breath, and just the original PlayStation. So all of these are within this one application, and some of these work much better than others. A lot of these you can go through a list here and pick the ones you want. So you load your ROMs up, you hook your folder up with an external drive, or if you have a jump drive or something like that you want to put into it. You can add your ROMs and you can play your games. As you can see, I have a lot of ROMs. So right now we're looking at the Super Nintendo system, and this is a way to have a lot of the systems and be able to play them whenever you want. Like I said, some work better than others. So let's go look at something a little bit more individual to a certain platform of gaming. So let's say, like, even though that plays Nintendo 64, and this is available in the Google Play Store, so is RetroArch. Here is a 64 emulator, and we'll open it up, and I actually like this emulator better than I do playing Nintendo 64 games in RetroArch. I find they play smoother. I like the box art the way it is on here a lot better. So you can see my Nintendo 64 games. You can see all of the box art, and I always know which game I want to play. I can see all of the names. Wow. It's quite a few games. I didn't realize there were so many of these games. So I tell you what, we'll even take a look at one here. There's Paper Mario. That was always a fun one, and it looks like I have a save state. I played this before. Notice it's going out to an external storage where I keep those games, and it's loading up. And this would be Paper Mario. Now there's settings in here to make it full screen, make it original, and it looks like I was playing this at some point, and I've hit the wrong button already. No, we don't want to quit yet, but we just did. So we're going to try her again. I am so sorry, everyone. Let's resume that. All right. So your Paper Mario plays just great on here. And that's how you play that. So like I said, I like this emulator better than I do what you would get in the other ones. Some other ones, Super NES 9, it's been around forever. It does great. The PlayStation Portable, I like the PlayStation Portable as a standalone emulator also. I have problems with it on the RetroArch. So here's Gods of War, Ghost of Sparta, and the I love this game. This game's it's got great graphics and great. The PlayStation Portable is a great system. Um, if you've never played it, make sure you get some ROMs for it and play it on Nvidia Shield. Let's bring it up.
Kratos, the ghost of Sparta, had taken his place amongst the Olympians as the god of war.
Again, great graphics.
Bloodshed, the relentless battle.
This is what makes the Nvidia Shield so great. You could sit and play classic games, and now you're not going to be able to play some real high-end PlayStation 2 or Nintendo GameCube game. I have seen people emulate those, but most of the games for those systems will not work. They slow down, they drag. Same thing with Dreamcast. There's a few things you can play, but for the most part, you can't get those games to play. I think the PlayStation Portable probably has the best graphics, the most high-end graphics that you can see on the Nvidia Shield. The regular PlayStation and the Nintendo 64 being the others. You will have some problem playing a lot of the DOSBox games, a lot of the Scum VR games. If you don't have a mouse, you need to get one because you're going to have a lot of problems. So that's a game you can play there. So we're going to exit out of that, and we're going to exit out of that. So there's a couple of ways and a couple of different emulators you can play. There's one for the DS, there's one for the PlayStation, there's the MAME. This one is, I believe this was, this is, there it is. Find what we want here. I keep clicking on things I've saved that I was playing at some point. Oh, I haven't played this in so long. What I was going to say was TurboGrafx. This is the TurboGrafx 16. And I'm caught up in playing this now. I need to get out of this. Yeah, that's the TurboGrafx 16. So let's close that out. Get these off of here. Then, of course, there's the game store, the Nvidia Shield game store, and they've just made some huge changes to it, where now you can now play Steam. You can get Steam games besides the Android games and besides the GeForce Now games. But we'll go into that later on another different video. But that's some of the emulators. If there are certain emulators you'd like to see, if there's certain things you'd like to be shown on the Nvidia Shield, leave a comment below. Make sure you like this video and make sure you subscribe for all our future videos, all right? From BLIP-TRIP, we'll see you next time.